Anybody can do third grade math. But if we're talking about 12th grade math, only people with developed intelligence can do that. Only people who have learned can actually solve that. When someone hits you, it is the easiest thing in the world to want to hit them back. When someone cheats on you, it's the easiest thing in the world to want to cheat back on them. Anybody with an emotional intelligence that's not developed will want to take revenge because they're operating based on their emotions. It takes someone with a really developed emotional intelligence to want to let that go and to move on with their lives. Welcome to TNG Experience with me, Nitesh Gyanchandani. I'm a mindset coach, and if you'd like to work with me one on one, you can click the link in the bio if you're listening to this episode from YouTube, or if you're listening to this from a podcast platform like Spotify, you can go to the episode description and you can book a 30 minutes call with me and see if we can work together and I can help you in any area of your life that you want to work on. So today we are talking about revenge. A very interesting topic. Now, there are areas of your life, whether it happened recently or it happened in the past, where someone did you wrong and you are so tempted that you want to take revenge on them. Now, whether or not you actually took revenge on them or you didn't, I don't want to judge you. We're all human beings, right? And we are always constantly growing and becoming better. But today, I want to tell you something. I want to offer you a new perspective. Only the fucking losers take revenge. And I'll tell you why. Reason number one is because it's the easiest thing to do. Think about it. Anybody can do third grade math. Anybody can do 2 plus 2 equals to 4. But if we're talking about 12th grade math, only people with developed intelligence can do that. Only people who have learned can actually solve that. When someone hits you, it is the easiest thing in the world to want to hit them back. When someone cheats on you, it's the easiest thing in the world to want to cheat back on them, to want to get a more good-looking boyfriend or girlfriend, to take a dig on them, or to cheat on someone else just because someone cheated on you in the past, or someone deceived you and took your money. It's the easiest thing to do to tell yourself, I'm going to take a dig back at them. Just watch. Or you cheat someone else in the future, although they've done nothing bad to you, just because someone cheated you in the past. It's a child's play, man. Anybody can do that. And that's why, if you do that, you're not better than them. You're a loser too. Anybody with an emotional intelligence that's not developed will want to take revenge because they're operating based on their emotions. It only takes someone with a really developed emotional intelligence to want to let that go and to move on with their lives. Because they realize their time, their attention, their energy is so precious to be used on taking revenge on other people. Think about it for a while. Do you want to do what everybody else can do? Or do you want to do the bigger thing? The better thing? The thing that only finite few of the world can do, which is to let it go. Remember, it requires a higher level of emotional intelligence. Only the weak, only the losers take revenge. That's reason number one. Reason number two. When someone does you wrong, it shows a lot about their character. If you believe that you've done your best in a relationship or in business or anywhere, if you believe you've given your all and someone does you wrong, it's a reflection of their character, not yours. But if you take revenge on them, that shows more about your character than theirs. That means you're just like them, right? What's the difference between you and them? You said they're not a good person because they cheated on you. You said they're not a good person because they didn't appreciate your efforts. You said they're not a good person because they took money away from you. But you did the same thing either to them or to someone else. Then what makes you better than them? Now, there's an interesting twist here. A lot of people usually equate maturity with age. But I've met a lot of people who are way older than I am who act like kids. And I've met a lot of people who are either my age or younger than me who are way more mature than I am. I believe that maturity is not defined by age. Maturity is defined by how developed their emotional intelligence are. One of the qualities of someone with a highly developed emotional intelligence, they are able to, first of all, think before they do anything. That means they don't take revenge. Second, they are able to apologize when they're wrong. And they're able to forgive people who did them wrong. In my opinion, that's maturity. That's emotional maturity. So that's number 2. Number 3, and I think this is the most important one. Now, I know this is easier said than done, all right? When someone hits you and you hit them back, when someone humiliates you in public and you scream at them or you try to humiliate them back, that means, my dear friend, you are controlled by people who are outside of you. You're like a puppet. People can play around with your strings really well, easily. They know how to trigger you and they know how to make you do things that you don't usually do. People who take revenge, in my opinion, are like that. Because their emotional intelligence is so low, it's so easy for people to trigger them and make them do things that, think about it, right? Whenever you take decision and you do something based on your emotions and you don't think twice before doing it, more often than not, you regret it. Correct? That means people are able to make you do things that you eventually regret in the future. That means you didn't want to do it, but they're able to make you do it because you take revenge. Now, they can either do it consciously or they can do it subconsciously. If they're doing it consciously, man, they're playing with your strings. They're playing on you. That is reason number 3 why I believe people who take revenge are losers. So, what can you do if you are triggered by someone? What can you do so that you stop, you reflect, and you don't take action that you regret in the future? You don't take revenge. Instead, you move on and you be happy with your life. You ask yourself this one question: what would the stronger person do? What would the bigger person do? If you are a strong person physically and someone tries to hit you, you will not immediately want to hit them back. Because you know if you hit them, you're going to hurt them bad. Right? So you wait, you watch. If they mock you, you laugh and you walk off. Because you know, you believe in yourself that you can you can hurt them. If you are a person who is financially stable, if you believe in your business and someone takes a dig at your business, you're going to laugh at them because you know how good you are. So you're going to just keep quiet. You're going to listen to them. You're probably going to laugh it off and you're going to walk off. If you're an abundant person where you're making millions of dollars and someone cheats you, you would more than likely forgive them and let them go, because your time is more valuable to be used to make money rather than even think about this person. Maybe you'll still try to get them, but you're not going to think about it much. You're not going to let them occupy your headspace because your resources is better used for making money. If someone cheats on you and you have an abundant mentality, you're not going to think about it much. You're not going to want to take revenge on them or whatever, because you know if someone cheats on you, God is saving you from a cheater. And you know there's 8 billion people on the planet, you will have better experiences. Only if you think in a lack mentality that there's not enough money, there's not enough good men or good women, that's when you will want to take revenge on them. But if you know there are more experiences out there, there are more money to be made out there, you're not going to want to take revenge. You know your time, your efforts, your resources are more precious for you to use to take revenge. So ask yourself, before you want to take revenge on others, ask yourself, what would the bigger person do? What would the stronger person do? What would the more abundant person do? What would the better person do? Or what would my higher self do? And do that. Now, I understand this is not something that you can do overnight, but if you keep practicing this, I promise you, you will live a more peaceful, abundant, and happy life. And less and less and less will people or external circumstances be able to control you. I'm going to close today's episode with this one quote. Only the strong can forgive. The weak is always looking for revenge. If you're a strong person, forgive, move on, and live better. Don't seek revenge. It's a loser's game. That's it for today's episode. I hope this episode gives you a lot of knowledge, a lot of insights. It inspires you. Don't forget to share it with others who are going through the similar experience. If you're listening to this from YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss more videos. There are going to be new episode coming in tomorrow, and comment where you're from so that I can interact with you. And if you're listening to this on Spotify or other podcast platforms, don't forget to give us a like and save this episode so that you can listen to it another time. I'll see you again tomorrow at the TNG Experience. Have a great day.